Ahum, and thank you for joining me. Namaste and everything that's beautiful for you and yours. I hope today finds you happy and healthy and ready to take on a new task today. So, what we're going to talk about as we continue with this learning curve with the Barajas Españolas, the Spanish tarot cards. We've already done the King of Cups, the King of Coins. Let's talk about the King of Swords, and then I'll do the King of Clubs. The King of Swords is a beautiful card, actually. Let me make this bigger just to make sure that you are getting, yeah. The King of Swords is a beautiful card. All right. It is a small card. These are small cards. You can actually make them bigger if you wanted to by putting these on or gluing these very pretty on top of bigger cardstock if you wanted to do that. If you're used to the bigger cards, I like these. They get wet and they really don't warp or anything like that. So this is the King of Swords, and this is what I want you to see about the King of Swords. He looks very well off. The sword is looking up and he's holding it with his right hand. But then his left hand is pointing down to the floor. Let's talk about this. We're going to talk about what the actual card represents. The King of Swords is the man of initiative, a soul with initiative. All right. You can see the sword pointing up, not down. So it's pointing up. Usually this card represents, and remember, I already told you guys, these cards are very specific when it explains what a person looks like on your spread that may be coming into your life or is in your life or has passed in your life or through your life. This is considered a man with dark brown or black hair with some grays, maybe a little bit of pepper, you know, and salt in it. But this person has an enormous amount of intelligence, or he wouldn't be king. He also has a firm character. He holds his sword up, which means he's not going to take any bull from anybody. All right. Usually, depending on the spread and depending what it is that you're finding out about, it's usually a businessman, someone that may have an executive position in his life, maybe in a company that you're working in or that you want to get into, or maybe you want to start or you already have. This is an executive person with dark hair, either black, salt and pepper, maybe brown, yeah, brown hair. This person occupies a very important position, not only in his life, but it could be in your life too, either your life at work or your life in your health or your life in love or your life in family. All right. You just think about you putting two and two together when you're doing your spread. This card actually is able to predict problems with even justice. Again, the sword is up. It's ready to cut down things, right? All right, especially injustice. Any administrative, legal paperwork is also associated with this card. And also, which will not take you by surprise, is a potential risk of losing something that corresponds to either you or your client in their own right. This Lord of Initiative, when he makes a decision, he does not stop. he will insist and insist and continue insisting until he sees his plans going favorably. And yet he doesn't stop insisting. This is a guy that's going to cut through anything and anyone that's going to get in his way. Now, depending on the cards that he's around, okay, because what you want to do is you want to take a look at what house he's in, love, health, family, you know what I mean. And then you're going to put the story together based on what your Spanish card guide, spiritual guide, is going to tell you. This person is a very insistent person. This is a person in your client's life, or maybe it is the client, depending on where it falls, where he just doesn't stop. This person doesn't stop. This man will not stop. It's not enough. Things are going right. It's not enough. It could be even better. Everybody has somebody like this in their lives, and that's why they, you know, you get depictions of people that always touch your life. They just get positioned in where it is that at that point life is taking you to. So let's say that this comes out inverted, right? Upside down. While I don't particularly read upside down cards because it is still a mechanical shuffle that I created this card to be shuffled wrongly. Okay, I did that. It wasn't magic. Something mystical didn't happen. I wasn't careful enough to make sure that before I shuffled that all my cards were facing up. Okay, I want you to be very, very honest with yourselves. And I want you to really think over about what reverse cards are. There's always something opposite to what is happening to our lives. You don't need to see a card coming out reversed. It doesn't have to manually be there. Your guide is going to tell you, let her know that there's loneliness coming, maybe an illness or a separation, who has known happiness and is going through a declining stage. Maybe something's happening at home or at work. Maybe it's their lover. Maybe it's love. You're getting it from the source. The fact that you were not careful, and I'm calling it as it is, and oh my God, I'm going to get so much poop because of this. But the fact is that you were not careful to make sure that your cards are nice and clean as you're going to put them back together after you're done with your reading, and you put them right side up, and you were not careful reshuffling them correctly so that you don't end up with a card that's reversed. It is a mechanical thing. So I've seen many, many, many people get very important cards and shuffle them upside down on their deck to get information that, or to give out information that is not always true. So whether this card was upside down or not, your guide is the one that's always going to tell you. Because even though you're saying, oh, well, this person is a Lord of Initiative, yes, he, you know, whenever he's decided, this is what he insists until his plan comes to a favorable position. And even then, he is still insisting that it could be better. We all know that there's somebody there. It depends on where it is on the deck, where it is on the reading, what part of the reading it is that you find them. Or he presents himself. But You don't have to see the card reverse to actually hear and perceive the energy when it tells you, but there may be a discord in his home or your home or at work or in your love relationship. Just watch out for that. It's somebody, maybe there's an illness with this person is ill. You're going to get that from your spirit guide. Okay. So this is the number 12 card, but it is the King of Swords. It is the Lord of Initiative. How do you know? Because the sword is up, whether it's justice or things that are not working for you. He is there with his sword up, ready to fight, ready to bring justice, ready to bring initiative to either your life or the situation that you find him in, whether it's love, work, home, health. At the same time, you don't have to see it upside down to get the message. That's just a mechanical error. And maybe I'm just too tough on myself when maybe I am. Maybe I'm too tough on myself when I make sure that my cards are being taken care of properly, placed in the way that they came in the box. When you get your box of cards, they're all standing up straight. None of them are reversed. Who reversed it? Wasn't God. It was your hands. And as a spiritualist, I will tell you, please, 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 please take care of your cards. Please put them back in the same way you got them, because that is the energy they were packaged with. That's huge, guys. That's huge. All right. So that's enough for the King of Swords. Now we're going to go to the King of Clubs, but I'm going to separate these. So if you ever have any questions, here's where you go. Okay? I'll see you soon.